just got out of my car, and this is my first time going live here on YouTube. On Thursday, I was able to go live on Twitter, but basically, like, not many was able to watch it. I don't know, it's just because I have more subscribers on YouTube than I do on Twitter. Although, admittedly, having 52 subscribers on Twitter is not bad compared to the number of subscribers that I had years ago. I mean, the number of followers, that is, when I first started and everything. I still remember the day when I first had 5 Twitter followers, when I first received 5 Twitter followers and everything. So this is my first time going live. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good control of my gimbal and everything. That's what that piece is right there. Hold on. I don't know why this being a pain in the neck. But hey, this is the best I could do for right now. Either way, I was at this park on on Thursday. Hold on. I hate that the thing is in the way. This is the best I could practically do for right now. So, I was at this park on Wednesday and stuff. I mean, yeah, it was on Wednesday and everything, and early in the morning. But I wasn't able to walk a little bit further out and stuff. So, now I'm gonna try that for right now, just to get a good idea of what's practically around the corner, because it's amazing how long this walkway is and everything. And if I could recall, it goes a little bit past the mall. Someone's coming by right now. You may overhear my frustration so many times, and it's because of the gimbal not working properly and everything. But hey, I think I have a better chance of just using the joystick to control everything to the best of my ability and stuff. But I've seen this walkway for so many years and everything. I never got a chance to walk through it. So this is actually my first time going through this walkway in particular, and really get a good chance and everything. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to upload any videos on Thursday. Have any videos uploaded and ready for Thursday. It's just, you could imagine, even though I've been able to bus fan and rail fan, especially in Jersey City while I'm at work and I'm on break from VIA and everything, like, I've just been really busy and everything. Like just because I don't work throughout the entire week doesn't mean that I'm not busy. I got a lot of stuff going on, and even yesterday, I was just super exhausted after being out in the city and everything, and all the way to a point where I was just too tired to edit any videos and everything. And because I didn't even get a chance to upload to OneDrive the ones that I worked on yesterday. And just for context, yesterday I was able to take my third blue Prevo, specifically Prevo 1583 on the Sim 15 and everything. And it was nice and stuff, because I know my friend out of Charleston Depot told me that that the blue Prevo that they are receiving, turns out they have what's it called? They they have a, can't think of the word right now. Oh, but basically they have I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I can't think straight right now. But base oh yes, the blue Prevo, they have seat belts. The ones out of Charleston. But 1583 out of Meredith also has seat belts and everything. Admittedly, when I got on the bus yesterday, I didn't put on the seat belts only because I'm used to taking the express bus without seat belts and everything. Just let me turn this way. Again, it's just better with the joystick for right now. Button doesn't work. Sorry, everyone. So basically, this is basically it and everything. Like, I've driven down this area so many times when I was taking care of food deliveries before I started working for Via. And with food deliveries on Staten Island, you get to know Staten Island very well. You get to know a lot about Staten Island and stuff. Uh, I'm just gonna cross right now because I was gonna say there's no cars coming. Some cars just came right behind me. But that's basically it. Either way, I'm just happy that I'm getting the chance to finally walk through this path in particular and everything, because I noticed how far it went, especially yesterday when I was able to come back from the city and I jumped on I forgot the number. I think it was 2632 from Yukon on the Sim 1C. It was a white Prevo, by the way. And just a heads up for when that video's uploaded, it's not gonna be out of the front of the bus and everything. And because I was able to board over by Bowling Green, and by the time you board a bus at Bowling Green, you'll be fortunate enough if you get any seat by a window. So I was basically at the window. I was basically at the window behind. I was at the window that's in front of the tag axle. That is the tag axle of the bus, and I was able to record from there. And basically, we got to Staten Island in no time. It took about, I believe, 10 minutes to go from the Gowanus to the Verrazano Bridge and everything. And we was able to take care of stuff in no time. And I was amazed and everything. That was a first. Either way, I'm just happy because of the fact that I was able to take another blue Prevo and everything The only thing I wish that they were able to take care of is, turns out on the Blue Prevo from Meredith, as far as I'm aware of, and everything, they still got the first row seats blocked off. So just a heads up, I wasn't able to get record out the front of the bus or anything. And not to mention, like, after I got caught from the operator of 2727 from Charleston on the Sim 4C, I didn't want to make any more operators paranoid, personally, and stuff. Because do I have the right to record? Yes, but if they insist, I'm not gonna argue with them and everything. And besides, I'm happy that I was able to upload what I was able to upload onto YouTube and everything. Which, if you notice, it's when I took the J train to Marcy Avenue on the day that I wanted to take the Proterra Catalyst, when Grand Avenue Depot in Brooklyn had the catalyst and stuff. If they had 5 catalysts at the time, it was in part 2 of my Williamsburg Bridge video and everything, that I was able to catch a catalyst in person. And I was able to take one of them after waiting there for practically an hour for that particular bus to come. Then the funny thing is, that wasn't my last catalyst that I took. The last catalyst that I took, basically, the most recent one, just ahead. What just happened? Okay. I don't know what's going on with this device and everything. Bear with me, everyone. Okay, so the last catalyst that I was able to record was over at LaGuardia. It was over at LaGuardia Airport, and that was my first time. I mean, that was the most recent catalyst that I was able to catch, because Port Authority wants to have a campaign of, I think just everyone wants to have a campaign of appearing like they're going greener and everything. And I commend the sincerity of trying to appear to go greener and everything, and I'm not saying anything against it and everything. And I believe in some cases it could be possible to reduce noise pollution and air pollution and everything. Although, like, let's face it, when you're going down a busy street, like I'm about to momentarily, you don't hear the engines from cars that much. Even with electric cars, you hear the tires and everything. And I'm really trying to find a way to see if it's possible to have quieter tires on the road, because the faster your car goes, the louder you are and everything. That's why sometimes I have to speak up in a way. And basically that's the case of having certain tires, having certain tires in a way and everything. Is it perfect? Maybe not, but hey. Okay, now I'm going down this stretch of path and everything, and I didn't even eat breakfast yet, so this is how I'm enjoying my morning to the best of my ability and everything. Right now, with no one on YouTube yet and everything, I'm guessing everyone's still eating their breakfast too. Go ahead. Still going along side here. Ugh. This is really getting on my nerves. Whoops. Um, the battery on my device died.
Welcome to Bixby.
What in
You
the
can talk.
world? I thought I disabled Bixby for my phone. Yes, I have an Android. But and I think that's Blue Charleston over there. Yeah. Let's see if I could catch it from here. And I can. Yeah, it's a Blue Charleston. I can say that I finally was able to get a Blue Charleston on YouTube. I got a few of them on Twitter, not Twitter, on Instagram already. And everything. Hate that my GoPro died on me. Either way, just let's see if I could be able to catch 1613. Nice. You could imagine what it's like for me to bus fan and everything when I'm just going somewhere to just bus fan and rail fan. And I personally like to go during the morning commute. I personally like to go during the morning commute and everything because, if it's not the morning commute and if it's a weekend, like right now it's a Saturday morning and everything, then I could be waiting there for a long time and everything. Like, I'll never forget during the height of COVID-19 and everything, I'll never forget this personally, where basically I was the only one out in the open and everything, because this is actually more crowded than it was before and everything, even though there's not a lot of people and everything. And I was actually surprised. I was surprised to see only a few buses and everything. Like, if you notice, try to search for my part 2 video at Graniteville Quarry Park, for instance. Graniteville Quarry Park and everything, part 2, that was during the morning commute of a Wednesday morning during the height of COVID. And there was hardly any cars or buses on the road. And normally Forest Avenue would be packed with so many people and everything. So it surprised me. It really surprised me and everything. I wish I had another pocket to put away my GoPro. I got it where I normally put my phone, but I'm holding my phone right now, so hey, at least I'm improvising. One thing, oh, wait, never mind. I think I have it. I was initially going to say that I wish I brought my Metro card with me, only because of the fact that it could take some time to get back to my car, depending on where I finish this live stream. And basically, I just wanted to get a chance to go out and explore and stuff. And basically, that's it. It's nice and peaceful hearing the birds around here. Whenever I took the Sim 4X or the Sim 8X and everything, and I started from the mall instead of the transit center, normally would go down this way. The last time I was on the Sim 8, the regular Sim 8, not the Express, because, well, it's the Express bus, but I mean the Super Express. But I said all that to say The last time I was on the Sim 8, I was on MCICL and everything. I believe it was 4302. I need to check again. But basically, I remember I was at the corner and I boarded the bus. Well, I was initially gonna walk down the corner and everything. I was saying to myself, watch, I'm gonna get away from this corner, and the very bus that I want to take on the very route is gonna pass by. And that's exactly what happened. The bus started coming around the corner, and then out of nowhere, what's it called? Oh, it was a CL on the Sim 8. So I'm running all the way back to where it stops and picks up. I get on it, and I fortunately get the front seat and everything. The driver saw that I was panting and everything. He was like, "You're running late or something?" Finally catching my breath and everything, I simply said I was into buses and I'm happy you're driving an MCI. And we got into a good conversation and everything. He's like, "You thought about working for the MTA?" And I was like, "I want to," and everything. Like, my dad works for the Long Island Railroad, and I didn't mention this, but of course I got friends out of Charleston and Meredith, and I believe a relative out of West Farms. Here's a Nova coming by. And basically, I said all that to say that I love to work for the MTA and maybe New Jersey Transit. I'm kind of hesitant on the latter, by the way. Nothing against New Jersey Transit, but the most I would want to try out for New Jersey Transit is the Hudson Bergen Light Rail and everything. Not even the Newark or River Line. But I said all that to say some people just came off the bus. That's why I'm putting my mask on. But I said all that to say that personally, with regards to they're crossing the street right now. With regards to taking the bus, and with regards to taking the bus and everything, personally, like out of all of the I can't even remember what I was going to say. I hate when that happens. Like, I'm just drawing a blank right now. Just heads up, a Nova's gonna come by. Huh, 8296. I've seen that bus so many times before and everything, and it's weird and everything. I'm guessing it was probably in a accident or something, or maybe the paint started to come off, and they decided to draw up anything to like have the number identified in the best way they possibly could and everything. Now, speaking of buses on the island, I know I've heard from Techno7843 in his update that what's it called? Oh, that Charleston needs one more blue Prevo and everything, which I'm looking forward to and everything. I've yet to take a blue Charleston in a way, which after taking 1583 yesterday from Meredith, now I don't see a big deal, other than the fact that chances are now that we're not at the height of COVID-19, in which the ones from Meredith started to be delivered during, maybe the front row seats won't be blocked off and everything. I mean, yes, COVID cases are still on the rise and everything. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I still have my mask on, because for everyone that got variant circumstances, I understand. But keep in mind that the pandemic is not over. Got two blue Novas coming by right now. And a white Nova. You gotta have at least one of them. Because even though it's a live video, I don't mind bus fanning. I mean, the one downside is the fact that, you know, they're like, since it's a Saturday morning and everything, I don't think the 89 is running, because if necessary, I could just jump on the 89 bus and then just be able to, in no time, come back to my car and everything, because I want to be back home before 9 in the morning and everything. Right now it's 7:42. Just checked and everything, and man, still no viewers, but so let's say that still going and everything. Always pass by this area for sanitation and stuff, and you know, I see a blue Nova parked over there. I know one place, one area that I walked so many times, but I never got a chance to record, is my trip on the Bayonne Bridge and everything. One time I was able to walk the Goethals Bridge and everything, and I want to try that again, because initially that day it took a while to find where the entrance to the Goethals Bridge is, and I knew it was possible to walk the Goethals Bridge. And finally I found it, and then I was on my way to Elizabeth. And by the time I got there and everything, and after walking across this giant park that's over on the other side of the bridge and everything, I tried to go where the bus stop was located, but I couldn't find it, and make it worse, no buses were running. So I walked back, I was able to come home and everything, and basically, because my feet were killing me and everything, I had decided to go to Shake Shack the next day, the Shake Shack over here by the mall and stuff, which, admittedly, I don't talk much about food on my channel and everything, but I know personally, with regards to Shake Shack and stuff, like, I personally, I mean, I don't mind Shake Shack and everything. Like, the food is good. The food is good and the shakes are good. But to me, the shakes taste so common. It's so common, and the shakes, I mean, yeah, it tastes so common to be so expensive and everything. The burgers taste like burgers you could just grill at home with no problem. The fries were practically fries that you could buy from a supermarket and heat it up in the oven. And the shakes is what disappointed me the most and everything, because I was expecting a huge variety of shakes, because it's called Shake Shack. But I can't believe I'm screaming by some trees right now. But I said all that to say that, yeah, I wish they had a greater variety and everything. Like, not like, I remember buying some dinner for myself and my parents and everything, and basically I thought the cashier said $15.58, not $50.58. I don't know if I had acid reflux or a heart attack, but either way, my left arm felt numb that day. And then basically, I went home. We had our food, and don't get me wrong, it was good, but again, it tasted too common to be so expensive. Mind you, you could get way more food from any of the fast food joints without spending so much money and everything. Now, I know my friend who, another friend of mine who was at Charleston and has since retired, and he and his wife moved out of state and everything. I remember his wife was telling us about Steak and Shake and everything, which I've yet to try and everything, and I've heard about it, and I heard it's supposedly a little bit better than Shake Shack. I don't know for sure and everything because I haven't tried it. There's a few places that I've heard about, but because I live in New York City, I never got a chance to try it. Like Arby's, we all know the commercials. Arby's, we have the meats. One of my best impersonations. But but I never tried Arby's. I never tried Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. Like, we have a Sonic by the Goethals Bridge, but I was able to try Sonic before that and everything. And let's see, what else? There was a few other places that I still got to, that I still have yet to go to. Steak and Shake is definitely on the list. Oh, and Chick-fil-A. Now, I think there's a Chick-fil-A here on Staten Island. I've heard about it. I never got the chance to completely try it. Now, Jollibee's, on the other hand, that's another location that I've tried it. It was basically on the day that I went to Jersey City for some final paperwork so that I could start working for VIA and everything. And after that, I went to Jollibee's and everything, and like there was a number of circumstances that happened that day. See what happened, and was there was something that happened where there was some work going on over by one of our neighbors' homes and everything, and basically by accident, and a truck came along and scratched alongside my mom's car, and basically it got fixed up. But by the time I got home, I had to go with my dad to pick up mom's car and everything. And by the time I finally got to try the chicken from Jollibee's, now I tried the fries. The fries are good, but by the time I tried the chicken, it was cold. So I want to give Jollibee's a fresh chance. I want to give them a fresh chance, so that way I can say that I've officially tried their chicken and everything, and now I can see if I like it or not. Everything. Now their peach pies that they have and everything, they're good. Now, admittedly, I have varying taste and everything, so bear with me with what I have to say and everything. Like, personally, I've tried like so many different types of foods and everything. Like, to me, out of the three big chains, the best burgers go to Burger King, the best fries go to McDonald's, and Wendy's, don't get me wrong. Like, I've yet to have, in recent years, I've yet to have something from Wendy's that I didn't like and everything. Even some stuff that Wendy's discontinued, like the Frosty Float, I wish they could bring back. I don't know why on earth they discontinued the Frosty Float to begin with and everything. I know personally with regards to the Frosty Float for Wendy's and everything, now we got one viewer now. No, personally with the Frosty Float for Wendy's and stuff, like, I remember when I was a kid, like, I always wanted vanilla ice cream and root beer combined together. Basic combination, but now I would personally have vanilla ice cream with orange soda, which is another good combination. I know cream soda would personally be too much and stuff. Either way, I'm here on Richmond and Platinum and stuff. Got two Novas coming right here and everything. White one and a blue one. Yeah, I might take the bus coming back and everything. Like, chances are it may have to be a few transfers and stuff, because like I may have to take like the 79 SBS and everything, even though personally I don't call the 79 select bus service route, only because of the fact that the thing with select bus service is that normally if you're in another borough, or select bus service usually involves paying before you board with your Metro card. Well, Omni you could pay once you board the bus and everything, but with the Metro card and stuff, you could pay before you board. How come it's not like that for the 79 and stuff? And I even asked the MTA on Twitter, and they mentioned the reasons that they had, and you know, I respect their reasons and stuff, but in a way, I just wish that they could have had more. Right now, going on in a little bit over 35 minutes of live stream and everything. Hey, I'm just happy that I was able to get out and, you know, just enjoy this walk and everything. This goes, excuse me, I believe this goes all the way past the transit center and everything, because I remember seeing some people walking on that overpass that always looks abandoned and everything when you come up to the corner of Richmond Road and Arthur Kill Road and stuff. And you know, it basically surprised me and stuff. I was like, what is that? I'm guessing because of the fact that it's a main street, it's congested, so they decided to go with that. And you know, I kind of gotta respect the DOT for, you know, coming up with that and everything, because admittedly, we, like all of us and everything, because I don't want to just be critical. I don't want to just be critical against the MTA and the DOT and everything. Like, I know many of you have since watched my video on ranting on the Interborough Express. Now, I just want to clarify something where, in a way, I almost uploaded that ranted prematurely in a way, only because of the fact that the MTA didn't officially say that they're going with trains and everything. I was partially reacting from a Mystic Transit video and everything, and basically in his video, Mystic Transit basically said that it's a strong possibility that they may consider a rail system, whether heavy rail or light rail. Now, if you notice in the initial video talking about the Interborough Express, it seems like they're giving more attention to a light rail system and everything. Now, in a way, I have nothing against a rail system, nothing against trains in particular, but the reason why I'm more in favor of bus rapid transit is because, unfortunately, a bus rapid transit system is practically a cheaper alternative that in some cases seem underappreciated, especially in a community like New York City that has a lot of money in their pocket and everything, but still chooses to go with something that is in a way more expensive and requires more infrastructure and everything. Because like there's a few factors to consider and everything. Like, let's say they consider heavy rail. They have rolling stock similar to Long Island Railroad and Metro North, and basically, like, let's say that they still choose that. Where are they going to put the third stations to electrify the route and everything? Because I doubt that they're going to have diesel and everything, because fuel prices are much higher than they've been before. I just wanted to catch the snow right here. Here, let's see. where they're going to put the third station to electrify the route, and who are they going to talk to with regards to awarding a contract to build the equipment and everything. Because right now Kawasaki is on back order with both the M9s for the Long Island Railroad and the R211s for the subway and everything. And I hope the R262 for the A division, I hope that's just a dream and that's something that doesn't go into fruition. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that what I would rather see is the A division is practically the A division lines be wider enough to accommodate for B division subway cars. Oh, now we got 2 viewers now. Oh, back to 1. I guess someone's losing a signal or something. But basically back to the heavy rail situation, like it would cost more for that and everything, and that's even if there was more than one line available for the Interborough Express and everything. And it basically falls into the same category for a light rail system and everything. And not to mention, one thing I didn't add for a heavy rail system is that it would cost way more for training, for maintenance and everything, and more time and resources would be taken away. Mind you, in sharp contrast, we already have a bus rapid transit system. Well, we don't necessarily already have a bus rapid transit system. I mean, most is something like this. And basically, I said all that to say, just trying to walk and burn off energy at the same time. I said all that to say that with regards to buses and everything, we already have all the buses that we need. Like the MTA has the largest bus fleet in the United States and everything, over 5,000 in the fleet and everything. And with some coming, some going right now and everything. Even yesterday when I was in Manhattan and everything, I saw some D4500 CLs from Queens and the Bronx and everything that are on their last leg and stuff. But hey, so I said all that to say that with regards to bus rapid transit, it's a system that is widely underappreciated. And if an area like New York City can try it out, because like, let's face it, there are many that look to New York City as an example for public transportation. Is it the best? Of course not. But it's an area that many look to as an example and everything. Like, for instance, you have, what's it called? You have the subway. Hey, now, many often look to New York City for its example in how to run a subway. Got another Blue Charleston right here. But yeah, many look to the subway as an example and stuff, and 1615. Look to the subway as an example, which I completely understand and everything, especially with the 4-track system, which is often looked at especially if some consider an express service for their subways and everything. But the reality is that not everyone has the budget that New York City has and everything. I wish there could be fewer people using the bus lane like that and everything, which, if you're going to say something in reference to this, please be respectful in the comments or in the live stream. But basically, it's an underappreciated system and everything that has so much potential. It's basically under the category of monorails almost, where it's a system that's widely underappreciated because it's often associated with something else. Like I know I had my video on why do I hate monorails, which, in case you're interested, it's my trip on the E train when I took the subway to when I took the subway the E train to Jamaica Center. Now, admittedly, that Jamaica Center that Jamaica Center video. Oh, what's it called? Oh, I mentioned my idea on my thing on why do I hate monorails and everything, because for years it's been called the train of the future, but the problem is it's so expensive and everything, and it falls into the category of not everyone has the budget to be able to invest in it. The best working monorail, some of the best working monorails out there still goes to the original one in the United States, which is at Disneyland and everything. Now, I've watched so many videos and everything on the original Disneyland monorail and everything. Shortly after I uploaded my video on why do I hate monorails and stuff, and admittedly, which it's really based off of the original monorail. It's based off of the original monorail design that Allweg, which is a now defunct company, was able to work on. And admittedly, down to this day, the system still works and everything. I mean, granted, Disneyland has since upgraded its rolling stock and everything, and even the one at Disney World works practically similar and everything. And the thing is, back when Walt Disney was around and everything, there was a lot of consideration. There was much consideration on potentially using the idea of the monorail on a much grander scale and everything. The only problem is that many often associated the monorail with the theme park or something for kids, which is something that I realize has been ingrained in us and everything. Like it's rare when you see any grown-ups that admit to say, I watch kids shows and everything because they're afraid of how others may react and everything, which I get to a degree and everything, but the thing is sometimes the stuff that seem like it's made for kids that grown-ups can apply with too and everything. I'm trying to get a good angle while at the same time crossing the street. There we go. Oh, path goes this way. Admittedly, this is much more peaceful than going down the side street. Speaking of the 79 SBS, it's going by this way. I know out of most of the operators here on Staten Island, whenever they catch me bus fan, the most that way hi to me were from Yukon and everything. And which, all the operators are cool, don't get me wrong and stuff. In fact, going back to earlier when I talked about the operator of Prevo 2727, and if there was some unedited version of that video in a way, then you would understand that unfortunately there are things in life that makes it so hard to see the positive of things and everything. And there's some that, unfortunately, unless they see things from a different perspective and everything, which I can't say because I don't have his life and everything. Unfortunately, we just see the negative of things, unfortunately, which happens and everything. And like, unfortunately, there are some out there that, just focus on the negative and sometimes presumptuously just act against those that try to be positive on certain things and everything. And that's practically what almost everything in life nowadays and everything. Like, I could have been discouraged from coming out here to the park and going live on YouTube for whatever reasons and everything, but I decided to, still go out. And also it's the same case with the monorail, where some cities looked at it from a negative viewpoint because, when Walt started Wet Enterprises and everything, he decided to go beyond. He wanted the city. He wanted his enterprise to go beyond the idea for theme parks. He wanted other ventures into it that could be implemented in places around the world and everything. That's what led to the original design for Epcot, which you're welcome to become a Patreon member and spend just $1 a month to be able to see my video, my audio recording, that is, where I talk about if Walt's original plans for Epcot would have worked. But I said all that to say that the original design for Disneyland and everything, with the original design, all right, let me see what time it is, 8:08. With the original designs for Disney World, that is, I meant, and Walt originally had so much to have into consideration, where it was thought about, but unfortunately they said, like after Walt's death, it seemed like WED just practically gave in and decided, we're just for theme parks and everything. Because other than the WED People Mover that they have at the George W. Bush Airport in Texas and everything, WED didn't really go anywhere beyond the theme parks of Disney, which is sad and everything, which led people to further think, we don't need monorails, we don't need this or that. And it kind of goes back into the same category that I was mentioning earlier about bus rapid transit, because it's considered, it's for everyone that doesn't have the money to build trains and stuff, which is not true and everything. Like, I love the example of the Emerald Express in Eugene, Oregon, where included in the feasibility study was also the idea of using a light rail system, but instead of going with light rail, they decided to go with a different option. I never been at this on this walkway before. This is so beautiful right here. I'm happy to see this. But I said all that to say, with regards to what's it called? With regards to buses. With regards to the bus rapid transit, it like the Emerald Express in Eugene, Oregon, it was one of the things that if you look at the videos from like Tim O'Shea 21 and a few others, you'll see how efficient it runs, almost like a BRT system. It's a bus on the 59 coming by. Seriously, this is so beautiful right here. I love this. This is amazing. But again, it's something that had a lot of potential that is often, it is something that has a lot of potential that is often underappreciated and everything, which is sad. It's sad and stuff. But hey. No, I'm enjoying this early morning walk, but don't get me wrong. I'm gonna take the bus back. I'm gonna jump on the 59. I'm from the transit center and everything, and just take the bus back to my car. Yeah, because been on this live stream for almost an hour and everything, and you know, I'm enjoying it and stuff. I mean, only thing I wish is that my GoPro worked all the way and everything. I mean, the problem was I didn't completely charge it and stuff. Like, I had it charging in my car, but it just died on me. But hey, I don't mind. And the birds and everything. This is amazing. Morning. You know what? That's what I don't mind hearing and everything. And it's especially rough to hear that in a car-oriented area where, you know, there's people that you know, just casually just say good morning to others and stuff. And, you know, you rarely catch that nowadays. I'm like, only time you're able to catch that is from people that you just presumptuously assume that are up to something and everything. But mind you, maybe not, but they have some good potential and stuff. Hey, at least I caught a Prevo. But yeah, that's why I didn't mind walking. And, you know, just a way to, you know, just get out and enjoy yourself. Sorry about that. My allergies are getting to me now. But hey, I'm enjoying this walk. Other than the loud cars and the motorcycles, I'm enjoying the walk. Because, you know, something that can help to, you know, get the stress off and everything, especially when you're going through stuff. It's a Nova coming by. Yeah, I'm taking the 59 back. Taking the 59 back to my car. And here comes another blue Charleston. And everything. I'm catching this bus live on YouTube. Called 4 blue Charlestons in 3 blue Charlestons in one day. This is nice. I'll catch this one coming by to the best of my ability. 1614. Can't say that I didn't catch any blue Charlestons anymore. I think over here was a go-kart track or something. You know, this area has a lot of potential and everything. And especially with it being across the street from a busy parking ride like the Eltonville Transit Center. Wonder why it's empty. There's a Nova coming by on the other side. Stuff. Gonna cross the street, head to the transit center, and take the bus back. Can't go yet. Right side is I got two Novas right here. Two blue Novas, that is. Like, you know, personally and everything, like, I don't mind the MTA livery, the blue and gold livery, that is, and everything, but I would have personally went with more of a pastel aesthetic for their livery. A solid pastel blue, that is because I think that has so much more potential than, you know, the blue and gold, which, don't get me wrong, I love the blue and gold. It looks nice. Let me try to cross the street quickly. Okay. And you hear the pedestrian warning and everything, and voiced by Sarah Weaver. And you hear caution, bus is turning. Like that has grown on me, because, you know, I've initially heard it from New Jersey Transit and everything on their knobbies when the knobbies first came, and, you know, I heard it first on the knobbies and everything, and the thing about the knobbies is that it's multilingual. It speaks in both English and Espanol and Spanish. Is with MTA on the other hand, they just say it twice. So, well, I'm getting 4 blue Charlestons in one day. Oh, that's $25.99. I thought that was Prevo $24.99 and everything. The $24.99 I still remember, because that was the only time I ever took the express bus where the fare box was broken and I took the express bus for free. That was awesome. That was awesome and everything. But $24.99 is from Charleston. $25.99 on the other hand, that's Yukon, but still. Okay. I don't know if they were honking at me or whatever the case is, but let's put my car down. Okay. So right now I'm here at the bus stop and everything, and I think I'm gonna end this live stream and stuff. I'm gonna head back to where my car is and just basically enjoy the rest of my Saturday and everything. Again, you're welcome to become a Patreon member. Just pay only $1 a month and everything. Patreon.com/streamjournalprojects and stuff. And also you're welcome to follow me on Twitter or on Instagram at DJ Projects and everything, because yes, I had to change the name and stuff. And, you know, just basically that's it and stuff. Conveniently while 2527 comes here and everything, but that's basically it. So either way, that's it. Just gonna end the live stream.